So you meet a lot of people in jiu-jitsu. You meet like the best former military, high level black belts that have been training for over a decade. What's your perspective on being honest over having harmony, or even having or being honest to create harmony?
Yeah, I think it's about like as long as you're honest with yourself, you'll find people to harmonize with. You'll find harmony within yourself, and you'll find people to harmonize with. So it's um, like I'm very into. Recently, I've been very into the law of attraction, listening to the audiobook, The Law of Attraction, which really is three parts: the law of attraction, the law of deliberate creation, and the law of allowing. And what that speaks on is basically that what you think about, your thoughts, your words, your actions become your experiences. So if you think about wanting good health, I want to have good health, you think about that, you say it out loud, you end up doing things that will ultimately lead to you having a better health, and you will have better health or wealth or whatever it might be. And you will attract people into your life that harmonize with those experiences that you are looking for and those values that you have.
Yeah, I had a question that went right out of my head. Harmony, people.
That's all right. I've been infatuated with that concept, the law of attraction, and especially the law of deliberate creation, how what you do every day affects the things. Like, you literally create your own experiences, whatever it is that you want in your life. If you continue to think about it that way, as what you focus on what you want instead of focusing on the lack of what you want. Because if you focus on not what you don't have, you will only find more of not having it instead of focusing on what you want. Ultimately, that will lead to you getting what you want.
So it's focusing on where you want to be, not where you don't want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're going on the highway, you don't look right in front of your vehicle. You look a little bit in the distance, and then you can. I mean, you're not like when I first started driving. My dad taught me that you don't look at right in front of you. You don't look like, oh, I'm in between the lines. I have to move this way, that way. You stare further out in the distance, and then your mind will naturally move the car one way or another to keep you on the side of the road that you're supposed to be on, and not on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
Do Swedes drive on the wrong
No,
side
we
of the
drive
road?
the same way as here.
Oh,
Yeah.
darn!
Yeah.
I can't insult you for that.
Yeah, you can't. But yeah, it's very much like that. Like if you want a red Ferrari, you think about wanting that red Ferrari, you will have that red Ferrari. And it's not just magically going to happen, but your thoughts become your words and they become your actions. And then and that becomes your experiences. If you think about, I want a red Ferrari, but I don't have enough money, then you've cut that possibility out completely because you are focused on the fact that you don't have what you need.
Right. Is there a big difference to you between focusing on external things like material things that like Ferraris or Lamborghinis, like high class things that are valuable? One, because they're manufactured to a high level of quality, but because other people have it, or because like rich people have it. Do you go for more external things or more of like the internal things of like I made myself better, I'm becoming a better person, and I want to become the best person I could possibly be?
Internal, for sure. Don't get me wrong, I like materialistic things. I like nice cars, things like that. I believe they are a part of my future. But I believe they're a part of my future as a result of me working on my skills and my character every day. Those are the things that I can control, are my skills and my characters, as in my virtues, my beliefs, and my mindset. What I can't control, like my reputation, what other people are going to think about me, what other people are going to say about me, can't control any of that. And there's going to be good things said about me and bad things said about me, regardless of what I do, really. Like, that's just the truth. People are going to say good things about you and bad things about you, no matter what you do. So the only thing that I can really focus on is myself, what I do every day, how I act towards others, how I respond to adversity or to people saying bad things, whatever it might be. that and what actual skills I possess. Those are the only things I can focus on. And by doing that, deliberately creating those skills and creating the experiences and allowing myself to take it all in and absorb it and take it as it comes. Absolutely, I ultimately believe that all those luxurious things will be a part of my future, but just it's a byproduct. It's not the end goal, because then what happens when I get it? You know what I mean? Then what? Am I going to be done? No, because I'm still at a certain point. That Ferrari or that Bentley, it's, you're going to drive it for a while and be like, I'm awesome. Like, this is the coolest thing ever. But after a while, I can imagine at least that it's just going to be your car. You know what I mean? It's like getting a new house. At a certain point, it's just your house.
Yeah, it's just a new standard you set to yourself, and you're not going to go below it, but you don't really need what's at that level to be better.
You absolutely could go below it, though. It could get worse from there. Or if less is what you determine as worse. All depends on how you look at it. And I tend to look at things, just take things a lot at face value. A car is really cool, but at the end of the day, it's a vehicle. You're still using it to get you from point A to point B. The only thing that's special about it is the level of quality and work that people put into it. So yeah, I like high quality things. I like high quality work. Yeah, I like doing high quality work.
It's still back to the law of attraction. If you seek the high quality things will seek you. And is there a good balance between, so if we're talking about harmony, is there a good balance between trying to create a good world where you're being honest in everything, but also not getting into the pitfall of creating a false reality? So as in, you're talking to people, you're trying to show the best of yourself, you're trying to show who you are, but also being honest about it. Like you have the humility, you're saying that I am much better than I was a year ago, but I'm nowhere near other people that I know, and that I still have a lot to learn, but also not creating the false reality that when people compliment you, or I wouldn't say appeal to your vanity, but say things that kind of give that little ego boost. Is there a way where you balance between being humble and getting the compliments and not creating a false reality where you say the things and start getting comfortable with that level of respect that you get from other people?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it obviously feels good to get compliments. It does boost your ego. And that's nice. I don't think there's anything wrong with having your ego boosted, as long as it's like you don't let it get to your head, kind of. Like, I definitely, you get compliments and stuff, but they don't. It feels good, but it's honestly, it's like a regular conversation in the way that I'll probably forget about it in the next few days that it even happened, that you even said that. Just like a negative comment.
Yeah, it might be better to kind of frame it. A lot of people tell me that I look older than I am, right? And it's like, oh, this guy's mature. This guy has something set in order. And when I first started getting those, it was nice, but I didn't believe it. And I've heard it so many times that now, whenever I'm talking about myself or talking about like what I'm doing with this, I try to phrase it in a way where I sound really intelligent, like, and just subconsciously just try to sound intelligent so that I can elicit that compliment of other people saying, oh, you're much more mature than you look. And then
So are you trying to do that to get the compliment, or are you just doing that because you understood that somehow that somebody perceived you that way and that made you feel good, so now you want people to perceive you that way?
both. Yeah. Do you ever have that problem in jiu-jitsu or when talking to people?
I don't even think that's a problem. I don't do things to get compliments. I don't say things to get compliments. If I do get one, like, yeah, you make a little note of it, and if it makes you feel good and you want other people to think that way too, then sure, something might change in the way you do things or say things. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to put my thoughts together as best as I can. However people perceive that, people perceive that a lot of different ways. You hear different kind of compliments. Like, I get that one too sometimes, but yeah, it can also depend on the person that is giving you that compliment.
Okay. Do you have any questions you want to ask me?